Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome everyone to the Windy City, Chicagoland. We are about to get this race kicked off. Before we get started, I want to let everybody know there's not a lot of guys in here tonight. This race is probably not going to be the most exciting. I'm just being honest with everybody. I'm kind of surprised too. The participation for the K&N series for the Go Fast Racing League, Lazy Dayz K&N, has went down a little bit over the last few weeks. I'm not real sure why. It's a little strange, but either way, we'll see how the race plays out. We only got 7 drivers actually making a start tonight. So we'll see how it works out. But should be a fun race. An interesting race anyway. And 2 minutes right now left as we get ready to go racing. We are debuting some new cameras tonight. As we'll go ahead and show one. Let's go ahead and show one of these. These are pretty neat. I like it. It's a little bit different. These are manually controlled 360 cameras. As we ride on board with Austin Marion, you will see that we can now circle 360 degrees. We can even look at Austin while he's driving. And we can actually go even further back. We can go all the way around the car, which is pretty cool. Raise the height up a little bit. Look at the passenger side window, which is pretty cool. Then we can keep panning around. Pretty neat stuff, I'm not going to lie. Not only that, with this new camera, we can even do this. We can go outside the car as we still look at Austin Marion. And we can even pan around the car on the outside, which is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty neat. So, he's actually going to pull off the track. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it. It's something a little bit different. We also do the pit road, pit entry, stuff like that. You can see the pit exits, cars sit there. You can see some of the guys sitting on pit road right now. A little bit different here for the Go Fast Racing League as we debut our new cameras tonight. It'll be really cool to see how these cameras react during the race and stuff like that. So it should be very fun as we got about 40 seconds or so left here in qualifying, or practice, should I say. Before we get qualifying underway, we will look at the standings right now at the moment. Yeah, only 7 drivers, George. I agree. It's very surprising, to be honest. And let me know if there's any lag, guys, because apparently I'm having trouble with something, and I may have to fix it real fast. I was trying something today before I came on the air, and it looked good, but, oh, sorry, wrong button. Let me know if there's any type of lag with the broadcast, and if there is, I'll probably have to stop the stream actually and refresh it because I was messing around with a lot of stuff, like I said, and with my overlay system or broadcast software that I use. So we'll see. Just let me know if there is anything like that. So yeah, the cameras are really cool though. And once again, only 7 cars here. And yeah, as we get ready to go, qualifying, here comes Eric Mitch, driver of the number 00 car. Hello, Renee. How are you? Once again, guys, if there's any lag, let me know. I was messing around with my software today, and YouTube showed me there was lag. I'm not seeing that on the overlay system or broadcast system, but I just want to make sure um, if there is any. Anyway, Eric mentioned on track now. Like I said, not a lot of guys here. Only 7 from what I'm seeing. I take that back. Make that 8. So the not very good. I'm just going to be honest. I'm frank about stuff when I broadcast, and I'm sure the owners of GoFast are not very happy with the turnout. As we get ready to go, Eric Mitch is out on track. Here's Jeff Schmidt and the number 61 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles car. Really love that car. He works through turns 3 and 4. Real fast look at the weather as qualifying continues. I am by myself tonight, by the way. There's your track information. And a real fast look at the weather. Wind not as bad as what it was last night. Last night in the truck series we had 13 mile per hour. Actually, I'll take it back. 16 miles per hour wind. Only 5 here tonight. Joe Burchett in the Sim Seats Chevrolet from Overtake. We watched him dominate. 96 laps led total last night. Alright, cool. Yeah, I mean, it should be good then. If it's not, as long as it's somewhat smooth and stuff, it's good. I upped everything, and I thought it would make it better, but I think I hit the wrong button when I was trying to learn, I guess you could say, when I was looking at the settings of what it should be. So I'm still working on it. Top on board, Joe Burchett. Oh, he gets loose. You see the hands move as he's going to go around and spin, and he will actually have to restart his qualifying lap. That was a smart move by not crossing the line, so we'll see how that plays out. Right now, Austin Marion on top of the board, Joshua Banks in the number 36 Remington K&N car. Austin actually impressed me with that lap. That's actually very good compared to what we've seen. Jeremy Rigney qualified 4th at the moment as well. Looks like now we have 9 drivers, by the way, so it did go up at least 1 extra driver. Landon Lacey joined as Joe Burchett crosses the start-finish line. He will qualify 3rd with a 29.471. Joshua Banks right now on the pole. So give me your thoughts, guys. Who gets the win tonight? This is going to be an interesting race. I mean, we watched Joe Burchett dominate last night. It's so hard to count out Todd Cray and Joshua Banks and Joe as well. I don't know who it's going to be. I think either one of these drivers have a great chance of picking up the win. As actually Landon just qualified in 7th, so Todd Cray gets knocked back to 8th place. Nate Anderson sitting on pit road. He may not get his qualifying lap in. Actually, he has qualified. I apologize. Of course, you see Eric Minch in here as well. So it looks like Joshua Banks is, or should, get the pole. It looks like. It looks like everybody's pretty much done qualifying as we got 20 seconds left here in practice. Or qualifying, sorry. Coming into the night, Todd Cray pretty much has locked up the championship for the K&N Series. He is leading right now over Nate Anderson by 167 points. As qualifying finishes, everybody did get a qualifying lap in. Take a look, real fast look at your starting grid. Out of all 9 drivers, I guess. Joshua Banks, Austin Marion will start 1-2. Good qualifying run there for Austin. Joe Burchett, Jeff Schmidt will start in second and third. Actually, Jeff actually upped his practice time and actually qualified really well. Jeremy Rigney, Nate Anderson will start in row number 3 in fifth and sixth. And row number 7, we got, or number 4, Landon Lacey, Todd Curry. And row number 5, we got Eric Minch starting in ninth place. So only 9 drivers making a start, as I mentioned. As we get ready to roll, we shall see who gets to win. This is a pretty short race. It's only 100 laps, so it won't take probably about an hour, I would guess, to run this race. Maybe a little bit longer, but it's not a very long race. As we wait for everybody to grid, looks like everybody is gridded, so we are rolling, or about to roll, with the Ford Mustang pace car. Guys, I'm about to drop something in the chat box. If anybody new out there is interested in iRacing, I will give you a promo code where it makes it way cheaper, to be honest, to start out. I think it's like 3 months for $5, I believe. There we go. I will drop that in the chat as well. So if anybody out there interested in joining iRacing, use that as a promo code whenever you join, and you can get 3 months for $5, which is not bad. That's only the new members only, though. It's not for renewing subscriptions or anything like that. Here we go. 100 laps around Chicagoland. We've seen a very interesting race last night. We only had 2 cautions last night. I'm going to be honest, we're probably not going to have many cautions. We may have one. There's not going to be very many wrecks. I'm just going to be flat out honest. There's not going to be very many. Or at least I hope not. Pace car drops in. That means the green flag is about to wave, and the green flag is out, and we are off to racing here in the windy city of Chicagoland, side by side for that second spot already. Joe Burchett. Also, Jeff Smith looking to almost make it 3 wide. Jeff running that higher line. Joe moves into second. Now he's going to be battling Jeremy Rigney in the number 11 car underneath the 65 right now as we work out of turn 2. Jeremy completes the pass on the 65 of Austin. Battle up front as Joe Burchett blinks just a little bit. Let's hop on board. Let's, ooh, that was Joshua blinking there. Let's hop on board and use our new camera. Let's try it out in their actual race. You can see Joe Burchett here riding right now behind Joshua Banks, looking at Joe driving the car. Go back a little bit further to Jeff Smith as we ride on board with him. See the 21 of Todd Curry on his outside. As Todd trying to use the high line to complete the pass, and he will complete the pass as we go down. Oh, Jeff's going to go around, and caution comes out. He may have had help. He's got a little bump. Let's see, the 35 Landon Lacey was on the back of him, and Landon Lacey turned him. And no damage done to Jeff, thank gosh, but Landon did get in the back of him as we take a look. One more time at this. Yep, definitely moved him out of the way. Wow. That's not a way to make friends. So, caution comes out for the first time tonight. And I think it's a little bit too early to be going that aggressive, I'll be honest. As we work, caution number 1, pit road will be open. Let's see if we have any takers. We are having some. Everybody coming in. See some of the new cameras as well that I was speaking about. Looks like the 65 has some trouble getting into his box, but should be okay. As we watch the race off pit road, the 65 going to take 2 tires. He's down and away. 7.82. Joe Burchett down and away. It's going to be a good race for second. Joe Burchett wins the race off pit road with Joshua Banks as everybody else comes down. There's Jeff Schmidt, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles car coming down as well. And he is down and away as the caution or the pit stops finish up. Fastest pit stop of that sequence was the 21. However, Todd Cray only picked up 1 spot, it looks like. Nate Anderson staying out as well. We'll see. It don't look like he's going to come down pit road. So him and Austin Marion will be on the front row. Of course, Nate not taking tires. Austin taking 2. Joe Burchett taking 4 tires. And Joshua Banks taking 4. And everybody else as well took 4. That's a really cool. I love this camera thing, man. It's really neat. It's going to make our broadcast so much better, I do believe, as we look back at Joe Burchett in his car. A little bit of vibration there, but it's okay. Riding on board with Nate Anderson, by the way. Alright, so we are working through turns 3 now, getting ready to go back green here on lap what would be number 7 once we hit the line. The pace car about to duck in. It ducks in a little late here. Should be going in. There it goes. Green flag being displayed. And we are back to racing once again at Chicagoland. Nate Anderson, Austin Marion, Joshua Banks, or Joe Burchett, Joshua Banks side by side. Jeremy Rigney as well in the 5th position on the bottom. Joe blinking a little bit right now as he slides up in front of the 65. Going to put a little block on him, trying to keep the 65 behind him. Got to keep an eye on that 36 as well. Joshua Banks, as he looks to the high side. We was 3 wide for a split second. There's Jeremy Rigney now trying to hold back Todd Cray and the 36 up on the high side of Austin Marion. As we work out of corner number 4 into turn 1. We're still side by side for 3rd. Got a battle for the lead as well. Joe Burchett. Nate Anderson stayed out on all the tires, maybe hurting him. It was only 4 or 5 laps on the tires before that caution came out. It was not very long, but we seen it last night. The tires can play an issue if you don't take none. Joe Burchett right now underneath Nate Anderson as we go into 1, and will take the lead away from the driver of the 1 car. Nate driving back to the inside of Joe Burchett into turn 3. Really close right here. Nate actually takes the lead back going into turn 1. We'll see how it plays out. I do expect the groove to move up just a little bit. Nate's doing a really good job on the older tires, which ain't very surprising. I mean, 4 laps ain't a big difference. He did run a little high there in 3 and 4. And Joe will clear him now, as now Joshua Banks sets his sights on completing the pass for 2nd place. And Todd Cray there as well. I do like the cameras. They are neat. I can't get enough of how cool they really are. And it's pretty neat because I didn't know how I could do it. And we got a good battle for second right now, but I didn't know if I could actually do it. All I'm using is a PlayStation controller, which is pretty neat to actually be able to work the cameras. You got to do it manually, which is not the greatest thing. But you can still zoom in and out and stuff like that with it, so that makes it pretty cool. Battle for second. Joshua Banks looking underneath Todd Curry. The question is going to be, we know Joe's fast. We seen him last night. Everybody was in here last night. One of the fastest cars. Led 96 laps, won the race, blah, 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 all that. The question is going to be, he even mentioned to me tonight, he's worried about what Joshua and Todd can do on a long run because he knows they're fast. And somebody else is pretty fast. Landon Lacey right now into 35. He's up to 4th at the moment. Actually, last time by, Landon was faster than these two guys as he looks underneath the 21 of Craig going into turn 1 and 2. Three wide for a second. Oh, 36 gets into the 35. And that may end Joshua Banks' night. And there is some damage. We'll take a replay. I'm pretty sure it looked like to me the 36 could have came down a little bit. I don't know about that one. Landon Lacey, and that was both of them coming up and down at the same time. We'll see how that plays out. It is Joe Burchett leading the way right now with Todd Cray in second. And it looks like Joshua Banks has fallen all the way back to 9th place. Nate Anderson battling Jeff Smith right now for 6th place. Jeff taking away that spot as he gets a little bit of the apron there. Riding on board with Jeff Smith. Looks like Landon Lacey may have a little bit of trouble as well up in front. I've seen some blinking issues going on. Landon actually did get passed by Austin Marion. Excuse me. You know, for only 9 guys in this race, they're actually not putting on a bad show. I'm going to be honest. It's starting to get a little spaced out now. Landon Lacey trying to close up onto the 65. Jeremy Rigney is running down Landon as well. Trying to see if Landon has some damage. It looks like he does have some pretty good size damage on the side of that car. Yeah, quite a bit on the 35. See there. Pretty beat up on the side of that car. And he's going to be in the pits for some time to get some of that optional fixed if a caution was to come out. Nice car, though. Made famous by Jeff Gordon. Everybody chasing this guy, Joe Burchett, who has pretty much driven away. As we take a break, we'll come right back here from Chicagoland. 20 laps about to go in the books as we start lap 20. We'll be right back right after this.
Get ready, going green. Green, green, green.
We're all looking to bring as much of the real world into sim racing as we possibly can. Our SimCraft Tilton Pro Sim Racing pedal sets are here to elevate your rig, improve your consistency into and through the corners, and give you the ability to dial in your perfect pedal feel. Put your feet on the same pedals the pros use. From the braking zone to corner exit, get the most out of every corner with SimCraft.
Welcome back to Chicagoland for the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days K&N series. Guys, when I first came on the air, I was talking about how there wasn't a lot of people. There was only 9, 8, whatever. I'm going to be honest. We're seeing some great racing right now for a lot of these spots. I mean, it's still really good racing, and I'm actually very surprised on how close it is. As we watch Nate Anderson right now work around Landon Lacey, Landon with the damage. A lot of trouble right now on the right front of that car, and continues to struggle here. And we're now 21 laps in on this run. Nate 26 laps. So that goes to show you how much damage that Landon does have, because when Nate Anderson can catch you with 5, 6 lap older tires, you know that you're having some trouble and lacking speed. Last time by Landon, about 0.3 of a second off the pace compared to our leader and compared to a lot of guys. Right now the fastest car on track is the number 11 car, however. And I say that. And then our leader just put down a flyer of a lap. Eric Minch now working underneath Landon Lacey. He's going to slide up a little bit, almost making contact. Got to watch out for net code. We seen that last night. Eric now trying to take over 7th place. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it yet. In the number 00. Jeff Schmidt trying to run down the 65 of Austin Marion. This is for 4th place. The last couple laps by, Jeff's been faster. About a, I don't want to say a 0.5 tenth, a little under a 0.5 tenth faster each lap. The last time by, Jeff put down a 30.874. And actually, he was one of our fastest last time on the track. We'll continue to watch this as the race continues to see if he's able to improve on a longer run. That time, once again, he was actually, he was 2 tenths faster last time over Austin Marion as he tries to run down the 65 car. Coming off turn number 2, could be a big pass here because he's actually faster right now. He was the 2nd fastest that time by in the 61. Here he goes, taking a peek to the inside on the apron. You see the 65. You can also hear the throttle control that 61 is really using right now as the car is starting to tighten up, which is expected. We did expect it to tighten up a lot, which can cause problems. It can cause you to get into the wall. As you can see the arrow push, and if anybody don't know what arrow is, as we got Todd Craig ducking in on pit road, so he's going to go ahead and get his pit stop in. I'm actually surprised that Nate Anderson has been on. Looks like Landon Lacey and Joshua Banks, all 3 coming in. But yeah, if you don't know what arrow push is, pretty simple. It's where the air from the car in front of you gets on the nose of your car, and it puts weight pretty much on the front of your car or the back end of your car, and it can cause you to get super tight and wash up into the outside wall. Can be a problem for a lot of cars. I don't know how much aero is in fact with these cars, as Jeff Smith completes the pass at the moment on the 65 of Austin Marion. I don't know how much the aero affects these cars, but I know with the Indy car, even with the Xfinity car that we'll see tomorrow night, the B-Class car, should I say, the Grand National car, it can affect them pretty good. So I'm sure these guys are feeling the effects of it pretty good. We'll jump back up to the front as Joe Burchett having a little bit of trouble blinking. We should be seeing him on pit road. I'm sure he noticed that Todd Cray hit pit road. He's not going to come down pit road this time. He's going to stay out once again. Jeremy Radney also staying out. Austin Marion still battling Jeff Smith. This is a battle still for 3rd. Or 4th, I apologize. Well, actually 3rd. It is for 3rd. I do apologize. It is for 3rd. I forgot that Todd Cray came down pit road. Nate Anderson on pit road. And it looks like Jeff will clear Austin for the time being. Joe Burchett should be coming to pit road this time, it looks like. See Joe right there, getting ready to go by, and he will not come to pit road this time by. Here comes the car down pit road. That is Eric Minch coming to pit road. So, we'll be watching Joe Burchett. I'm sure he's noticed cars coming to pit road. He's giving up a lot of time right now. Todd Cray over a second faster last time by. Now, he is one lap down. So, Joe does have that advantage. However, Todd will close up that pretty fast. You can see Todd right there. We'll be able to see how long. Looks like you spent about 37 seconds on pit road. Give or take a little bit on that. Joe Burchett coming to pit road. There he comes. So that means Jeremy Rigney will see. Not going to come to pit road. Staying out. See Joe coming down pit road to get ready to go into box number 3 at the end of pit road. It looks like his pit stop underway. Meanwhile, Todd Cray should be coming. There he is. So he may take over the lead. It looks like he's going to. As Joe Burchett exits pit road, we got another driver coming down pit road. That is Jeremy Rigney. So Joe Burchett will give up the lead to Todd Cray. And I'm very surprised that Joe waited that long to pit. Because he gave up so much time to fresh tires. Now, Joe will have a lot fresher tires. He'll have 7 lap fresher tires than Todd Cray. So, not saying he's not going to be able to run him down. Meanwhile, Jeremy Rigney on pit road. And Jeff Smith is your current leader at the moment. See, Jeff's another one. He's going to be in trouble because I would go ahead and pit now. You've got to go ahead and pit now. You're giving up too much time to the leaders. Compared to what they're running. See Austin Marion right here as he gets passed by Joe Burchett. Now, Joe is a 1 lap down. As soon as our leader pits, he will not be. And Jeff's coming to pit road this time. So, Joe now back on the lap. Austin Marion takes over the lead. All this is going to cycle through to Todd Cray being the leader. Or it should. And to give you a little bit of an example of what Todd Cray just ran, he just ran one of his fastest laps of the race. A 29.922. So, Jeff right now, by the way, on pit road as well. He's not got to his box yet. So, here's your example. Todd Cray's going to be about 12 seconds ahead of Jeff Smith now. That is the difference between old tires and not old tires. So, Todd Cray moves into second. Joe Burchett moves into third. And Jeff Smith continuing to fall back at the moment. He is still just now pulling out. He is going to fall back, it looks like, to about 6th or 7th on them older tires. Yeah, he will fall back to 7th place on them older tires. So, we'll see. And a little bit of thing that Joe did do with him waiting so long, he will have faster tires than Todd Cray. About 7 laps newer tires, and he is running faster laps, almost 2/10 faster last time by, but he is still 2.7 seconds back. So we're waiting on when Austin Marion comes to pit road. Now, if a caution comes out, Austin's golden. Like, he's good. It don't matter. He'll be your leader no matter what happens because all these guys are pit. And there comes Austin now down pit road. So this is all going to turn over to Todd Cray. So that's about a 35 lap run. So if everything adds up, these guys should, actually looking at it, Todd Cray may not be able to make it. on one more stop. Joe Burchett can. Austin Marion can. Jeremy Reedney can. Jeff Schmidt can. This all could play out for them guys. I don't know if Nate Anderson can. I don't think Todd Cray can. If they can only go 35 laps, if he pits before lap 70, then there's no way I don't think he can make it. Actually, it might be 65. So it's going to be very close on gas for Todd Cray. Last time by, Joe Burchett faster than the entire field. Jeff Smith second fastest on the track. So everybody's pretty much spaced out now. So I want to pause, get another break in, because I got to grab me a drink of water. Be right back right after this.
We're all looking to bring as much of the real world into sim racing as we possibly can. Our SimCraft Tilton Pro Sim Racing pedal sets are here to elevate your rig, improve your consistency into and through the corners, and give you the ability to dial in your perfect pedal feel. Put your feet on the same pedals the pros use. From the braking zone to corner exit, get the most out of every corner with SimCraft.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Back here at Chicagoland, we just seen a caution come out. Joshua Banks got loose on the apron and went around. And that brings out caution, and that was a big, big break for drivers such as possibly Joe Burchett. It was a big break for Todd Cray as he's down and away. Race off pit road going to go to, looks like Todd Cray will win the race off pit road by 1/1000th of a second. And back here, another close one. Jeff Smith beats out Austin Marion. So, Eric Minch stays out, and he will lead a lap. That was a strange caution, I'm not going to lie. That's a weird one. See the 36 about to come down pit road. Todd Cray, or Eric Minch also coming down pit road. Todd Cray will take the lead here on lap 47. Make it 40. Now we're coming to 48. So we are just under halfway. As we take a look real fast at the mid-race report, we'll go ahead and knock that out. 2 cautions so far. What's going to be 8 laps when we go back green. So far, 8 lead changes, most of that being under caution, or I'm sorry, under green flag pit stops. Joe Burchett currently with the most laps led. Todd Cray, your current leader. 26 laps so far led for Todd Cray. Or Joe Burchett. Nate Anderson with 6. Austin Marion with 4. Jeff Smith with 2. Jeremy Reedney with 1. A lot of these guys have actually led a lap. Every one of these guys besides Lane and Lacey have led a lap. That's pretty cool. So all of our 9 drivers, we got 8 lead changes with 8 of them. That's pretty neat. That's something a little bit interesting, I think. Last night we had 2 cautions for 8 laps, and we're on par for that tonight. If everything goes like it's going. It's going to be an interesting restart, however. As we double it up, the pace lights are going to go off on the pace car. Alright guys, here we go. As we get set to go green flag. Should be a good one. We're going to have 51 laps to go once we hit the line. And we'll be halfway the next time around. So, pretty much just took a competition yellow. As we get ready to go back green flag from Chicagoland. The Ford Mustang pace car will pull down pit road. Green flag is back out. We're back to racing here for the K&N Series Go Fast Racing League. And Jeff Smith up to 4th now. Ooh, Joe blinked there a little bit. Looks like everybody trying to get to the bottom line. Jeff Smith taking a peek underneath the inside for 3rd place. And we got a battle for the lead. Nate Anderson slides into 2nd right in front of the 94. Nate doing a good job right now. Here comes Joe Burchett. Jeff Smith trying to pass him for 3rd spot. But we got a battle up here for the lead, and it's a good one. Joe retakes 3rd. Now looking underneath Nate Anderson for 2nd. And it looks like Joe Burchett will move into 2nd place as Todd Crace continues to still lead the way. It is going to be a battle for 3rd place now. As here comes the 61 now. Looking to the inside of Nate Anderson. Really close racing here for 3rd place. And Nate gets to run out of turn 4. And at the moment, he will clear Jeff Smith going down into turn 1. Riding on board with 61, Jeff Smith. You see him working the wheel. Comes a 65 to the inside. Jeff Smith down the back stretch, side by side. Austin trying to take over 4th spot and does take it over. Eric Mitch trying to take over 5th. Not going to happen just yet. Battle for the lead. Joe Burchett, Todd Cray. I think everybody's been waiting to see this battle for a while now. With fresh tires, they're going at it, possibly for the win. This is one of them races that I know Joe has been wanting to really race Todd for a while now, because Todd is pretty much dominant in this league. He's got, I think, 9 wins so far in the series, in the K&N. And Joe Burchett right now may have the better of him as he looked to the inside. Does have a nose out front. Going to drop to the apron. Try to take the shortcut around. Joe Burchett will lead that lap. Still side by side as we work into turn number 1. See Todd with a little bit of damage on that left front. Not slowing him down, as you can see. Ooh, Joe got a little loose. Todd going to take advantage of that and pull back in front of him. Jeff Smith looking to the inside of the 65 for 4th place. And we'll take 4th place from the 65. Here comes a crossover possibly from Austin. Not going to happen. Jeff now trying to set his sights on Nate Anderson, who's running a pretty good race up to 3rd right now. Last time we raced the Go Fast K&N race, last week, K&N at Richmond, we had 9 cautions for 41 laps. It was a dandy, let's put it that way. 15 drivers showed up. There was 10, I think, that was left running in that race. Todd Cray, I apologize, has 8 wins, not 9 wins. He does have 8 wins coming into tonight. And he's got a 167-point lead over Nate Anderson. Guys, if you didn't know, these guys did announce that in February of 2018, their Cup Series program, I guess you could say, the league kicks off, and Lazy Dayz Racing Cup Series. I think they're actually looking for a sponsor, by the way, for that series. It will not be called the Lazy Dayz Cup Series, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that they will be looking at that. Here we go. Battle for the lead. Starting to heat up once again. As Lana Lacey on pit road as well again. Joe Burchett going to take a peek to the inside of the 21. May use that white line a little bit to help him rotate. As we are right near being side by side going to the back stretch. Joe once again going to look to the inside. Not going to be able to get there just yet. As we come off turn number 4. Todd Cray will still be out by about what's called a car length over Joe Burchett right now, 1.6 or 0.165 seconds back. Fastest lap of the race is a 29.485 that is set by Joe Burchett. Oh, Joe blinked there a little bit. We do got a battle starting to shape up back for 3rd as Nate Anderson is trying to hold back Jeff Smith and Jeremy Rigney, but we're going to stay with the lead for right now. If that does get any closer, though, we'll try side by side for the lead. Todd Cray will give up the lead coming off turn number 4. Joe Burchett, no, not going to do the slide job. He's going to give Todd plenty of room. So a very nice gesture, I guess, as Joe went to the apron. Now he'll clear Todd Craig going down into 1. Joe Burchett will take the lead back here on lap 64 and make that 65. As the battle now still going to be for the lead. We'll stay with this just for another second or so before we jump back for the battle for 3rd. As that is still somewhat of a gap back there. And side by side. As we work through turn 3 and 4, Todd Cray will take the lead back from Joe Burchett. That draft really playing off. Meanwhile, we're going to go back. We're trying to watch both of these at the same time. I wish I could get double cameras, but I can't, unfortunately. That just don't work. I would have to have 2 accounts and all that stuff, and it's just too much work. So the lead heating up. The battle for third heating up. It's pretty much our closest battles right now. It's first, second, third, and fourth. Want to mention that Austin Marion on pit road. These guys do have to pit one more time, and this pit stop could be huge for these drivers. If I'm Joe Burchett, Todd Cray, I'm probably going to wait till lap 65, or I'm sorry, 75 to make my pit stop. Some guys may try that earlier. It looks like Joshua Banks did try that and did take 2 tires on his pit stop, so he's trying something different. Great battle for the lead right now, though. I'm actually surprised this battle's still going on like this. Looks like the battle for third has calmed down for right now. That battle right there could come down to pit stops between third and fourth. Same as the battle for the lead. It could come down between pit stops. And if these guys did pit right now, they are in their field window. So I don't know if they want to go ahead and do it. Me personally, I think I would wait till between. I would do it now, between now and lap 75. I think 75. I think would be me, just because I want the fresh tires for the long or for 25 laps towards the end. But I don't know. I think it's a gamble if you wait too long. Joe Burchett underneath 21. Don't think that's going to be able to work out right now, as the higher line is starting to pay off. That's the line that it looks like you need to be in order to complete the pass. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow night. The Go Fast Racing League Grand National Series comes at you. 150 laps tomorrow night. So 50 more laps compared to what we are. And this will be the final race before the chase tomorrow. Joshua Banks, your winner last week in the Grand National Series at Richmond. Austin Marion, currently leading the points right now, has no wins though, but should be able to make it in no matter what into the chase. This is the final weekend of the regular season for these guys. Joe Burchett, Todd Cray still battling out. Todd will still take the lead as he exits turn 2. We are going to be within 2 laps, I think, really, before we start to see pit stops. Joe Burchett may try something here early. I think, honestly, the earlier you get on pit road, the better. I'm just going to be honest. If I'm Nate Anderson, I would probably go ahead and pit. If I'm Jeff Smith, I would go ahead and pit. You have nothing to lose. You're trying to get a win. I would go ahead and pit and see what happens. The fresh tires will help you, as we are back side by side for the lead once again. These guys have checked out over everybody right now. 3.5 seconds, almost, 4 seconds over the fourth. Looks like Todd Cray going to come to pit road. Joe Burchett coming to pit road. So both of these guys, this could be the stop of the night, as Nate Anderson, Jeff Smith stays out. This is going to be a good one. Who's going to win the race off pit road? Todd Cray will pull into his box. Joe Burchett does have a small advantage right here because he's closer to the end of pit road. He can't just gas and go. But he did not get the pole, so he's not in that first pit box. Todd Cray definitely going to take 4. Joe Burchett taking 4 as well. Joe may be a little bit slower. Todd Cray's down and away. Joe's down and away. Race off pit road. Joe Burchett wins it for now. This is going to be a top battle off to the access road. This is a battle for the lead. We're seeing it under caution. Or not under caution, I'm sorry. Under pit stops. We're seeing it right now. You see Todd Cray gassing it a little bit. This is still a race. Off pit road. Both drivers shift up. They're still side by side as we work down into turn number 3. Joe Burchett going to have the slight advantage using the lower line here early. Now we'll see, as we've seen earlier, Todd Craig going to dive it to the inside. Joe's diving it to the inside. This is the battle for the win. I'm going to be honest. Unless there's a caution, this could be your battle for the win. Nate Anderson, Jeff Smith, both on pit road. Jeff had a slower pit stop, and it did hurt him. I want to point that out. It did hurt him. 2 seconds, well, about a second and a half slower compared to what Nate Anderson ran. Now, there is one guy in here. I was going to say it may work out for Austin Marion, but unfortunately for Austin, he's about to get past it now. But Austin should take the lead over Eric Bench. But either way, if Austin still finishes in 3rd, I think that's a big advantage for where he was. And it was a good pit call. He does have 10 laps on his tires. He will have enough to make it to the end. We'll have to wait and see how big of an advantage he'll have, and if Nate and them can run him down. We know Joe Burchett and Todd Cray has run him down as Joe looks to the inside. This is a pass for the lead ultimately, and he does complete the pass. And we'll take the lead now because he just passed Eric Minch while Minch was sitting on pit road. So, everything right now pretty close for our top spots, but a little bit further back there's not really much going on. We're going to take our final break. We'll be right back here from Chicagoland.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
We're all looking to bring as much of the real world into sim racing as we possibly can. Our SimCraft Tilton Pro Sim Racing pedal sets are here to elevate your rig, improve your consistency into and through the corners, and give you the ability to dial in your perfect pedal feel. Put your feet on the same pedals the pros use. From the braking zone to corner exit, get the most out of every corner with SimCraft.
Back here for the conclusion of Go Fast Racing League from Chicagoland. as the battle for the lead is starting to slowly heat back up. Nothing really much going on behind these guys. We do got a small battle back here with Jeff Smith, who does got a little bit of damage now, unfortunately. He has fallen back now to 6th place. He's trying to run down Jeremy Reed. Don't know if that's going to work out with that damage. Alright, so we are down to what I call go time, I guess. A lot of people do. 15 laps remain. We've had 15 lead changes, 85 laps in. Will we see 16? That's going to be the question. Will 16? Will we see 17? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Last time by, Joe Burchett has been faster the last 2 laps over Todd Cray. But he's not really extending anything. Like, there's not really much of a big extension. Last time by, that was a very close lap. A 29.967 for Joe Burchett. A 29.986 for Todd Cray. So about dead even as we work out of turn 2. And it looks like at the moment we are 5/10. So a half a tenth between first and second. Then another 5 back to Austin Marion and Nate Anderson. Now, Nate, on the other hand, is closing in on 3rd place. We will keep an eye on the live time, and if that gets closer, we'll go straight back to that. This time by is Joe Burchett almost a tenth faster, so right now he is extending what would be not a weekend sweep, but a sweep so far. Now, if Joe Burchett goes out and wins tomorrow, if he runs tomorrow, that is, he's got a chance to do something a lot of guys haven't done in this series. That is a weekend sweep, and that would be huge for him. Meanwhile, we got a battle back here for 3rd. Nate Anderson looking to put together a really solid run, honestly. Coming in here, he hasn't been where he's wanted to be lately. Now, he is second in points, or he is second in points for a reason. He does got 9 top 5s, but he hasn't had a top 3 in a while, I don't think. And right now, he's looking and does take away that spot from Austin Marion. So, not much really happening now. The lead's starting to extend a little bit for our leader. Now, last time, Todd Cray was faster than our leader by about a half a tenth. As we are coming to 10 laps to go at the line, can Joe Burchett pull off, I don't want to say a sweep, but a win Thursday and a win Friday, possibly a win tomorrow? That's going to be the question, if he's able to get this and if he races tomorrow. Now, remember, Joe does not race full-time in the Truck Series or the Grand National Series. He only races full-time in the Friday Series because of work and stuff like that. He works a lot at night. So, he only really commits to the Friday night league, which is tonight. And I would have really been interested to see how him and Todd Cray would have competed against each other for the points if Joe would have started the whole season. I think, it would have been a really top battle, I think, still between them two. So we are 92 laps into this 100-lap race. We will be live tomorrow, 9:55 p.m. Eastern Time for the Grand National race. Not really much going on. Jeff Schmidt, unfortunately, about to get passed for 6th place, and that's going to push Jeff back. That damage really hurt Jeff. I don't know what happened to him, but unfortunately, he got into the wall. He was running good. He had a top 4 car, and unfortunately, not going to work out the way that he wanted. And last time by, Todd Cray shortened this gap a little bit. Joe Burchett, we'll see. I don't know. This could come down to the last couple laps. This time by, Todd Cray was 3/10 faster than our leader. So we'll see. Todd may have backed off a little bit trying to cool the tires down, then trying to get a run here in the final few laps. And the gap's still closing just a little bit. 4/10 back now. Joe looks a little bit better going in. He struggles a little bit in the center. And looks a little bit better on exit of turn number 4. This time by, it will be Joe Burchett with the fastest lap that time, as we got now 6 laps to go. And you can see right now, looking at Joe, he didn't dominate by any means. Well, I don't want to say domination. Him and Todd Craig pretty much dominated. 46 laps so far, looking to try to get to 50 laps left, which would be half the race. If he's able to cap this off. He led 96 yesterday, I believe is what it was. And I'm going to be honest with you about something else. I don't know if Todd Craig would have won the race actually off pit road. I don't know if Joe would have been able to get around him. These guys were so close. Now, Todd did fall back there a little bit. Now, 7/10 back going into turn 3 and exit of 4. That gap actually did close a little bit there. As about even at time. Joe with a 30.657. Todd Craig with a 30.638. So a little bit faster for Todd Craig that time. Two laps to go. And Todd Craig trying to close the gap. He has closed it slightly. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get there and actually complete the pass. Unless something happens to the 94. Todd washes up there just a little bit in the center as well. But unless something happens to the 94, it's going to be very tough to catch him unless you move him out of your way. That would be the only way I think that we see the pass. Coming to the white flag here at Chicagoland. Joe Burchett leads Todd Craig by 5.5. Make that 0.4 of a second. So the gap is closing pretty fast. 0.3 of a second. Todd goes wide once again in turn 1. And I think he's doing that trying to get a run out. He may have a chance. 0.3 right now. Into 3 and 4. 0.2. Joe Burchett coming out of 4. Going to see the checkered flag. Will win here at Chicagoland over Todd Craig. Finally, we got to see a great race in the K&N Series. That was fantastic. Coming out of turn 4, Nate Anderson's going to see a 3rd place finish. Jeremy Rigney's going to see 4th place. Austin Marion trying to hold back Eric Minch. Will do that. We'll finish in 5th place at the line. What a run by our leaders, though. That was a great finish by Joe and Todd. So your winner tonight will be the driver of the 94. Joe Burchett picks up a big win here in the Lazy Day or Go Fast Racing League Lazy Dayz K&N Series. So he gets ready to burn the house down. Once again, we've seen this familiar sight yesterday. He's going to do it again after finishing in 1st place. We're going to bring in Joe and talk to him as he continues to burn the house down. Joe Burchett going to pick up a big win here tonight. Hey, Joe, you got me?
Yes.
Man, that was a fun race to watch, buddy. That was actually, I talked to you before, with this many people, I didn't think we'd actually see a great race. You and Todd Craig battled it out for numerous laps. Talk us through your whole night.
Well, it was a lot more challenging than it was last night, for sure. Car was a little bit more squirrely than the truck was last night. It may have something to do, I think it might have been a little bit hotter track temp tonight than it was yesterday. the bottom definitely was the way to go here. You know, getting stuck on the outside on a few of those restarts, I lost a few spots. Luckily, with what happened there early in the race, it gave me a little bit of a cushion early to kind of pull out a lead. After getting in rhythm and seeing where Todd was basically keeping a second and a half to 2 seconds right behind me, and I wasn't losing nor gaining, I knew if there was a caution and we got stacked back up, it was going to be tight between us. And, you know, like I said, it was fun battling him tonight. First time I think me and him really ever got to battle each other, you know, for this long of a race on the track. And I will have to say he is one heck of a race car driver. He definitely made me earn it. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I was very surprising, man. It was awesome. I know you've been wanting to race him for a while now, and usually it comes down with one of you all wrecking or something like that. You know, just some bad stuff. And I know you've been wanting to race him, and we finally got to see that tonight. Question is, you won last night, you won tonight. Are you racing Xfinity or Grand National tomorrow?
Now I do not know. It's kind of 50-50. But if I am able to run tomorrow night, I definitely will try to go for the weekend sweep.
That would be awesome. All right, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? That was a fun race to watch and a big win.
I just want to give out a shout out to sponsor Swamp Dust Seasoning. I want to thank the guys at Overtake for helping me throughout the weeks with practice and everything. Thank you for doing the broadcast with TRN, Skyler, Nate, and all the guys from Go Fast for putting on a great league, and especially a great race tonight, even though we had a little bit low car count. And then just also just want to give a plug for Sim Seats Racing Rigs. You go check them out. They make awesome sim racing equipment.
All right, man. A big win for you. Big win last night. Congratulations, man. And I'll talk to you here very soon.
Right.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we'll bring in Todd Cray, who will finish in P number 2. Hey, Todd, you got me? Oh, look at that. I moved the wrong person. I moved myself out of the wrong room. What's the chance of that? Anyway, Todd, you got me?
Got you, Adam.
Man, 27 laps led. Now, you didn't have the qualifying run that you wanted to start with, but we've seen a great finish, honestly. That was some of the best racing we've seen all year between two guys and really raced clean. Talk us through that.
How about Joe Bird? And I'll tell you, I gave it everything I had tonight. Right from the beginning, I jumped in practice. You know, I seen the guys were fast. Car wasn't that fast. I had to try to make some adjustments. Made an early pit stop there in one run. Got out into the lead there. Got a lucky caution. Man, Joe was on fire tonight, man. I tried to follow his line, tried to get out of his line. I mean, heck, we had that race off of pit road. I mean, I needed to get out in front of him to be able to hold off his line there. But, man, hats off to him and his team there tonight. That was a fun race, I'll tell you. It really was.
Let me ask you, we seen the pit stop and we really watched the race. Y'all battled even on the access road, or the apron, I guess you could say, because the lead was so important. Once you got out front, it's so hard to pass. Was there a thought, or do you wish now that you would have came out a lap sooner than he would, because that possibly could have gave you the lead?
Actually, yeah, I was planning on. I was actually trying to let him by a little bit so I could make that pit stop. I didn't really want to call it out, so I knew it was going to up the lead just by make him stop there, and then he came to pit road as well. So, you know, that was a good move on his part. I think if I just got 1 or 2 laps, you know, ahead on that pit there, then it would have made it a real interesting race because he was fast.
What really interested me about the whole race, we know Joe was good. He won last night and dominated. We know he's good at Chicagoland. We've seen it last night. Let's put it that way. We know that you're good because you got 8 wins in this season. You're dominating points right now. And I even said it coming onto the air, I want to see these two guys race each other. Joe's been talking to me, even off the air, of course, because he's on my team, and said, I want to race Todd Cray. And I want to do it without him not having trouble, without me not having trouble. I really want to go head-to-head and to see who could battle out for the win. Tonight could have went either way. I want to be honest. That was a very good race. I loved watching the battle. That was really, I mean, we didn't have the biggest car count, but the race was still very good, honestly. So a good run for you. Second place, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Lazy Dayz Racing.
All right.
Racing Network. Joe Burchett and the guys here run a really clean race, and that's exciting to hear that, you want to come out here and, lay it on the line. And I think that's what we did. Hopefully people enjoyed watching it. But, try to win them all, but, knowing them, and super fun night on the track.
Good job, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
You got it.
Thanks,
Adam.
buddy. Next up, we're going to bring in Nate Anderson, who finished in third. Hey, Nate, you got me?
Hello.
Third place, man. Where did that come from? You've been struggling lately. I mean, you're second in points. Let's be honest. You're second in points, well deserved. You've got a lot of top fives in this season. But this was a different one, I think. You haven't had the greatest of luck recently. Let's put it that way. You come out here and you finish third. Are you satisfied with that?
Considering I ran with the two fastest guys on the track, yes.
Let me ask you a couple questions. We've seen you and Jeff Smith battling it out, and the pit stops was a big issue tonight. Or I don't want to say a big issue, but a big strategy in order to gain track position. During the last pit stop, you had the fastest stop out of everybody, 12.7 from what I'm seeing. Was that in your mind to pit early? Or because we seen you do it early in the race. Was that in your mind to come down earlier and try to take tires to try to take advantage of that, to try to get you track position?
I was actually going to about 2 laps later than what I originally did, but then I saw Joe go in. I'm like, well, I gotta go. And then I went and pitted and drove my pit box and had to back up.
What?
And somehow I still came up third.
What's interesting is, as I'm sitting here looking at the live time, and everybody right now that finished in our top 5 is in that order with their best lap. So Joe had the best lap, Tyler Cray second, you third. Pretty interesting race all told. What was the biggest issues? Pit road looked like it was an issue. We've seen a lot of issues on pit road last night. Was there an issue that was coming into tonight's race, that you was worried about a little bit, such as pit road?
Pit road, not so much. Usually getting through 3 and 4 here is what I always have problems with. I guess it took me half the race to figure out how to do it, and it turned out to be good there at the end. I know at the end I started running a lot faster.
Yeah, we seen that she was actually closing in compared to what she was towards the middle of the race as well. We didn't have the biggest car count tonight, and only 9 drivers, but all in all, this was a fantastic race. We seen racing all over the track, which not very surprising, honestly. We seen it last night, we seen it tonight, but still a good run for you. Started 6th, moved up 3 spots to finish third. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to Dayz Racing. Our team, they do an amazing job with everyone that we have. Harpoon Designs for doing my paints for me. Sim Seats, Smithtown Nissan. It's everyone that helps us out.
And if you all, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to all the admins here. That help out us, and you, Adam, you do a great job with the broadcast. About it.
If you all haven't seen the paint that Nate runs, which we showed it quite a bit tonight, if you didn't notice it, if you notice where his number is, it's completely different compared to a lot of guys. His number is actually on the quarter panel, which is very awesome, by the way. I love the paint. But anyway, I just wanted to share that if anybody was wondering where his number was and y'all didn't see it. But Nate, good to talk to you, man. Great finish tonight, and a big top 3.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. All right, guys. Take a real fast look at our results. There you go. Just one page, but 9 drivers, but still a fantastic race. It would have been interesting to see what Joshua Banks and Landon could have done if they wouldn't have got caught up in a wreck. I think that they would have been up there, especially Joshua and Landon as well. It would have been interesting to see, but I think that was a fantastic race. You got to feel for Jeff Smith a little bit. Definitely a top 5 car. But unfortunately, not where he wanted to finish, so we'll have to come back tomorrow and finish it up and see if he can have a better finish. All in all, guys, good race tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out, watching, supporting the broadcast. It's awesome. I know Gene Smith comes out a lot. George comes out quite a bit. Everybody that comes out and supports the broadcast, thank you very much. It means the world to us that we do it. That's the only reason why I do it, honestly. I started off broadcasting as a fun thing, just as a hobby. And it still is that, but honestly, if it wasn't for the people that come out and watch every week, I probably wouldn't do this as much as what I do. So thanks everybody again for doing that. It does mean a lot. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night. God bless. Have a great night. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, when this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Showers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day